Welcome to the Prime Authority, the official podcast of the Sim Madden League.
Be great. Let's be great.
Where we cover everything from sports, news, predictions, and more in our Madden Football League.
Play our game. All right? Play hard, but stay poised.
And now,
here is
the voice of SML, Primetime 000.
Hello and welcome to SML Podcast. This is Prime's Authority, the number one solo podcast on the SML network. I am Primetime 000, the commissioner and the greatest player in SML history. If you're tuning in and you don't know what the SML is, it's a Sim Madden League for the PS4. This is a fun edition, a special edition. If you're reading the title, you already know what it is. So check us out. Check out all our content on YouTube. And apply today, simmaddenleague.com. But let's go ahead, let's get into it. For the never before request, and no one's ever even asked for you to be on the show, but we're putting you on anyway. Mrs. Prime, welcome to the show. How's it going?
It's going well, thank you.
So you're on the Prime's Authority podcast. I know it's a pretty prestigious honor to be on any SML network show, so try not to let the nerves get in your head or anything. But anyway, moving on. Let's get the elephant out of the room. A lot of talk in the SML about you is about your macaroni and cheese making. What's your thoughts on that? Some guys like ZZ has stated that his wife like bakes his mac and cheese with like chicken and stuff, and you just do it over the pan. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, firstly, I can cook decently. I've never poisoned you, never choked to death. So I don't understand why you would need to bring up my cooking skills to ZZ the Great anyway.
Okay, so moving on, switching gears. I'm going to call an audible here because I read the defense and it's not going in a good route right now. So, have you ever heard of Madden before? Let's talk about your background in gaming. Have you ever heard of Madden before?
I have heard of Madden before.
Interesting. So do you play games just in general? Are you one of those quote-unquote gamer girls?
No, definitely not. I'll play some Mario, or I guess I play Crash Bandicoot with you every now and then, but as far as video games go, no, not really.
Okay, so have you ever played Madden before?
One time only, was my big moment to shine. You had to run downstairs for something, you were in the middle of the game. And you handed me your remote control and just basically said push buttons, and I got a touchdown.
So, this was in an SML game, correct?
Yeah, I think it was one of your, it wasn't an important game. You were already, in the lead. It was, fourth quarter, I think.
So, what you're telling me is that, and I vaguely remember this, somebody in the SML got scored on by Mrs. Prime. And I wish I could go back and see who that was. I hope it was somebody I don't like. I hope it was Meats. So that leads me to my next question here. Any SML members that you want to give a shout out to off the top of your head? Anybody, any big personalities? Anybody that you always see in chat? Not that you're really in chat, but maybe see my phone pinging. Is there anybody? Okay. My phone goes off at 10 o'clock at night sometimes when we're trying to sleep.
Yes, it does.
Is there anybody who you want to shout out for not doing that anymore?
I don't know who does it. I really don't care who does it. But it's 10 o'clock at night. I'm trying to sleep. Y'all should have your phones off anyway. You should be in bed.
His name is, rhymes with Ronk, and it's Conk. Conk is the only guy, and he's actually stopped that. I want to say Conk has stopped that, so nobody really does that anymore.
Well, that's good. I have noticed I've been able to fall asleep rather quickly anymore.
So, is there any SML members you do like?
Well, of course, there's Field General.
Of course there's Field General. What else? Anybody else?
I like ZZ.
What do you think about ZZ the Great? Let's talk about him for a second. He hails out of Texas. He's a Saints owner, not very great at Madden. He's kind of struggling right now. He hasn't made the playoffs in a few seasons. I think you've watched me play him a few times. What's your thoughts on him as a Madden player?
Not bad. I think he's one of the ones that can kind of hold his own against you, if I remember correctly. Don't shoot me if I'm wrong. And he seems like a nice enough guy. I mean, I've never talked to him personally or anything, but You speak pretty highly of him, so.
Yeah, he's not bad. So, is there anybody who you don't like? Let's talk about this. Let's just take your shots. Is there anybody in the SML who you just don't like?
No, there is no one in the SML that I do not like.
Because I'm just going to say it, man. I'm a straight shooter. We recorded this already.
And you're going to rat me out.
And you took a shot at Raider fan. You said Raider fan is disgusting pig is what
Okay, that is not at all what I said, you big liar.
What did you say?
Okay, I said that sometimes the conversations you have with Raider fan are trashy. That's all I said. And it was not a shot at Raider fan.
That sounds like a shot at Raider fan.
Well, it's a shot at you too, so.
Okay. So, okay. All right. So, moving on then. So, you don't like Raider fan?
No, I like Raider fan. Just fine.
Okay. Now, he's also like Father of the Year in the SML. He does a lot of things with his kids. He's very involved. Great guy. So, now I'm an elite Madden player, 15-time SML champ. What would you say my temperament is during games? Is it usually pretty calm? What is it?
That would vary from game to game. There are some games where all I hear is, "Oh yeah, take that. I'm the GOAT. What now? What's up? What's up?" That's what I'm talking about.
Do I really do that? Okay, do I? All right, how
okay, maybe
often?
not those exact phrases, but probably at least 7 different times throughout a game I hear that.
So is it more of like a let's go? Because that's like my catchword, like let's go, and I pound my chest. Like,
yeah, I'm scared you're gonna leave like bruises on your shoulder or something.
Okay, so that sounds more like it. So, do you talk to me during my games? Because I've noticed that's kind of slowed down. Because I don't really like when you talk to me during games.
Yeah, I know. It depends on if you're winning or not. If you're winning and you're in a good mood and you've kind of got your mojo going, then I might say a few words to you.
So do you actually look at the score, or are you still like just saying whatever whenever? Are you checking the score before you talk?
No, I just pay attention to your attitude. If you're punching yourself in the face, then I know now is probably not a good time to say anything.
Okay.
Otherwise, the verbal onslaught will be painful.
So what's it like being married to the 15-time SML champion? I mean, there's a lot of talk in the SML that, I have a big ego. Is that true?
That is definitely true.
That is not true.
Oh, come on.
All right, so what do I do that's cocky then? Let's air it out. Let's air the dirty laundry out.
I really would rather not say on mic.
Am I really cocky?
Yes. Few games that you've won that I can't say I was totally shocked, because you are you with that.
I am the GOAT, 15-time SML champ.
But there have been some moments where you pulled some real tricks out of the hat and rabbit bunnies out of the hat.
What about bad ones?
There was one game where my jaw, I'm sure, literally hit the floor. You came through in the last 10 seconds. You had gotten a field goal or a touchdown. You were in the lead. And there was hardly any time left in the game at all. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. And kicked the ball off, and someone returned it and got a touchdown.
Yeah, that was last season against the Governor. He returned a kickoff for a touchdown. His time expired. I was pretty upset about that because, Governor, look, you're a great player, but I outplayed you. Look at the stats. I burnt your blids up. And I think I had like a perfect passer rating with luck. And I just outplayed you. Simple and plain as day. But hey, you know what? Like Raider fan says, sometimes there's an algorithm. And the algorithm was in the game that day. Moving on though. Switching gears. I'm currently 3-5 through 8 games. There's 16 games in the season. So that's the official halfway point through the year. Realistically, 5 losses, which is what I'm at right now, means you need to win your last 8 to have a really good shot at the playoffs, to have a pretty good shot at making the playoffs. It's not guaranteed, though. On a 1 to 10 scale, what's the odds of me making the playoffs?
I would say an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. So there is some cause for concern, though, because most seasons it's, as sure as death is and as sure as taxes are, primetime 0-0-0 is in the playoffs. So, I mean, it's kind of obvious, though. Colts are struggling. What do you think the cause is for these struggles that could cause me to miss the playoffs?
Honestly, you played your first game of the season right after the Super Bowl. You were tired.
Right after the draft, you mean?
Yeah, thank you. Sorry. You were tired. It was like 11 o'clock at night, our time. You should have gone to bed. Instead, you played your game. You were tired, worn out. You lost. And then it kind of like your confidence took a hit. Your ego took a hit. And then you just haven't gotten your mojo back.
So you're saying that my confidence is shaken right now and I need to string some wins together and then maybe have a shot at the playoffs.
I think if you win your next game or two, you'll be good.
Okay. So I've got my game against Field General coming up. That's my next game. Do you have any let's put it out there. Do you have any predictions for that one?
Most of the games I've seen you play Field General, you've won. But there's been a few games where
He's won.
yeah. There's a few games I've seen that he's won, so it's very possible that
I'm getting
could win.
I'm getting the death stare right now as I record this podcast. So that's a very political answer. Moving on though, final question here. This is the 29th season in the SML. The prior 28 seasons, 27 of 28 seasons I've made the playoffs. The only season I missed is when we first started dating. This would be the second time I've missed the playoffs if I do miss them this season. Do you see yourself as a curse?
No. I think the very first time that you lost the playoffs, I don't think you really cared about the SML right then because you were more concerned about me. So,
yeah.
Aside from that, no, I don't think I'm a curse. I mean, you've won how many Super Bowls since we've known each other?
So let me ask you this then. I've won the past 2 or 3 Super Bowls now. Does that just mean I care about the SML more than you at this point?
No, it just means you're not so totally focused on winning me over because now you've already got me.
Yeah, I'm kind of content now. Now I can gain about 100 pounds and join Team Thick Boy Club. Okay, that's another question. There's a stigma about me in chat that I don't like fat people. There's some plus size guys in the league known as the Thick Boy Club. I'm not sure if you know about that. And they say that I'm anti-Thick Boy Club. What's your thoughts on that? Is that true?
I don't think so. I've never seen you
holding
me grudges about anybody.
So you think, deep inside, you think I don't like fat people as well?
I do not.
Interesting.
You're such a liar.
So what's your thoughts on Team Thick Boy Club?
Well, I don't know. I don't judge people.
So you're saying that Mike FML needs to cut weight. Is that all you're saying?
Oh my God, that is not what I said.
It sounds to me like you're calling Mike FML fat.
It sounds like you just called him fat. I didn't call anybody fat.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to cut the podcast because now she's sitting there taking personal shots, and we can't have that on the show. So, guys, with that being said, that was SML, Prime's Authority, with the wife. I'm not sure if I'm going to post this or not. We'll see if it's up. Probably won't get too many views, right? So, no, just kidding. Anyway, that was SML Total Access. Thanks for listening. Prime's Authority.